So we got more action here from the Shakedown this morning. We're riding with Elliot Boots, reigning European champion. Down on the back section. Now Elliot is famous for his flat out, no mercy style. A little bit deep there into the hairpin after the big tabletop and dip. Up the easy uphill section. He's got a bit of traffic on this run. Oh, and a little flip. As said previously, that news cobble section is a lot easier than it has been. Up for the tricky uphill chicane. And down for the even trickier downhill chicane. Yeah, it's got a lot of traffic at the moment. Trying to close the door on him. The track is holding up quite well, to be fair, so far, as Elliot rolls again. It's not as dusty as people are expecting, and the grip is not as high as from the warm-up. But tyre wear does seem to be quite high. A lot of people are running on the hardest compounds already, even in qualifying. So around the European style bit of the track. Nice and simple. Down to the big American jumps. It's really hard on that bit of the track. Everybody keeps wanting to come to the inside of the track when you want to try and keep the car as far wide as you can. Down the simple uphill section, try not to overjump. Perfectly done. Into the roof, so a little bit of drifting. Overshoots the chicane a bit, downhill chicane. Backs out a little bit up the uphill chicane section. There's a lot of fast chicanes on this track. There's not a lot of flowing, sweeping corners. There's a lot of chicanes. Right, so that's Elliot for now. Now we're going to ride with Robert Batlle. The Spanish whiz.
Still didn't break this yet?
Up the fast chicane, round the banked hairpin. Over the little jump. Perfectly done around the cobbled hairpin. For the triple tabletop. Landed perfectly for the corner. A little bit of hesitation then on the power, because up the hill. Flat out around the quick left. Another little extra rev in the hairpin. Seems to be slightly hesitation, not quite fully comfortable yet. Nicely done over the American jumps. A little bit snaky coming out. A little bit wide onto the dust. If you get out wide off a line in this track, it will punish you. It's very, very loose, and you do lose a lot of time, a lot of wheel spin. Perfectly done for the whoops. Oh, and for that chicane section. Not a bad lap so far. A little bit of overshooting in some of the corners, a little bit onto the dust. A little bit slow, but very neat round the cobble. Perfectly done for that jump section again. A little bit sideways action, but back on the power early. Robert seems to be getting more and more confident each lap on each round. Now we're going to ride with Batlle Ronnefalk, who was struggling early on yesterday, but seemed to get it all together by the end. Giving it big air over the American jump section. Perfectly weighted and power placement over the big up and down. A little bit sideways, a little bit loose, very loose. David dominated the warm-up event by quite some distance from everybody. Seemed to just really walk away with it. He's not really having it his whole way this week. Down to the control jump, perfectly round the cobbles. Nicely calm and patient. David's a very calm, patient, precise driver, it seems. Where you got Elliot and Robert seem to be a bit more loose and a bit more aggressive. Perfectly placed in the corners. Clipping each apex perfectly. Back with the American jumps. A little bit squirmy there. Car seems to be going off to the right every time with his back. Inch perfect around the hairpin. As he flat out then full chat up the hill. Perfectly placed for the cobbles. Absolutely amazingly round over there in the whoop section. Takes it a little bit easy for the chicane there. The car seemed to be understeering a little bit. A little bit of a drift, but still very controllable. A little bit too much then down the downhill chicane. Managed to keep it. And that was David, Robert and Elliot.